everyone, this is Gail from Rainbow Food Rocks, Rainbow Healing and Wellness, and Rainbow Herbals. And I'm here to show you today how to do pesto 3 different ways. So one of the ways we're going to use pine nuts or pinoli nuts. Another way we're going to use pumpkin seeds, and these are sprouted pumpkin seeds I like to use. And the other way is we're actually going to take a shortcut. Instead of using cashews, we're going to use cashew butter. So I have 3 different containers over here, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to show you how to do this. So if you remember from one of my other videos, it's on Rainbow Healing and Wellness, that channel, I was harvesting a bunch from my garden. Well, I harvested so much basil. Check out all this basil. Now it's starting to get a little darkened from being in my refrigerator for a few days, but I just have an abundance of this beautiful, oh my gosh, lovely smelling basil. So I'm going to show you how I do it. So here are my 3 containers, and for this recipe you'll want to have 2 lemons. You're going to slice them in half and you're going to juice. So for each of the lemon, half, you're going to use that juice in one of these containers. So I'm using a Ninja blender. I'm not sponsored by Ninja, I'm just showing you what I use. And then I attach this with a little piece here to blend each pesto up. If you're looking for this recipe, you can find this book on Amazon. You can find it on blurb.com, and you can also find it on my website, rainbowherbals.com, and that would be the ebook form. And the pages are 14 and 15, but I'm giving you today a bonus recipe. So this has not been shown before. So I've shown you how to do the cashew cheese pesto, I believe, or the pine nut pesto, one or the other, on a very old video. It was a very long video. It was for a promo for some TV thing or something. So this is going to be a really short version, and again, page 14 and 15. And if you follow along, you'll be able to just do it at home yourself. And if you're growing basil in the garden, this is just awesome for you. So I'm going to put my book over here, and then let's get started. I already started putting the cashew butter in one of them. So for the cashew butter, I used 1/4 cup, right here, 1/4 cup, and I put it in my container just to get a little head start. And then we'll go ahead and put in the pumpkin seeds and the pine nuts. I like to do the dry items first, so that way I don't have to wash and dry my measuring cup. So let me just double check here, it's been a while. Yes, so for the pine nuts and the pumpkin seeds, we're going to use a 1/2 cup, and we're going to just pour it in, measure it out, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So this one is the sprouted pumpkin seeds, and I'll show you. I'm using the Go Raw sprouted organic pumpkin seeds with sea salt. I'm not sponsored by this company, I'm just showing you what I use. And then I'm going to be using the Now Real Food organic pine nuts. These are raw, good source of iron and magnesium. As you can see, organic. And so we're going to put that in the other one. So now I have my base here. So you can see I'm going to have a cashew, a pumpkin, and a pine nut. And this is kind of fun because some people have different allergies. So if you are serving at maybe a party, holidays are coming up, a lot of people are celebrating Halloween, they might want to put out different dips. This is great not just on pasta, but if you have like potatoes or French fries or waffle potato, or if you want it to go with some other dish, you can put it with something else. You can use pesto in so many different ways. You can even dip your cucumbers in it if you like doing that. So let's continue. I'm going to take a sip of water here. And the next thing I do is I put in my lemon juice. So I already went and juiced one of the halves, and we're going to wind up having an extra half, and that's okay because what you can do is use it for making lemon water in the next morning. So if you keep a little juicer like this by your bedstand, then you can take the lemon, squeeze it first thing in the morning, and have already soaked a piece of ginger along with some raw honey in a jar of water. You pour it in and drink it first thing in the morning. That'll just flush out everything. So anyway, let's go ahead and pour that in there. So we get a little liquid there. That'll make it easier to blend. And I'm going to juice 2 more. And while I'm juicing, I don't know if I have updated you, but I started selling a few extra products on my store. So one of them is this really awesome Hum Num vegan caramel sauce. So it's 100% vegan, and it's wheat-free, dairy-free, corn-free, soy-free, egg-free, gluten-free. You know how I am. So that's how I roll, and it's everything free. It's now in my store. It's super cheap, and it tastes amazing. So if you are doing caramel apples for Halloween right now, check this product out. I'm gonna be running a bunch of sales this week. So if you're gonna go on my website, you will start seeing a bunch of sales running, and that's to get ready for the holidays. So please stay tuned. And if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, please make sure to subscribe, because I will be sending out special deals. And that's on rainbowherbals.com. There's a little button there. And so let's continue with juicing. But yeah, my kids loved it. They poured it all over green apples. And then I was thinking what we could do is roll the apples, and then we could have different things on top. Like we could have it rolled after the caramel sauce is on it and it's on a stick. We could have it rolled in like coconut or chopped nuts or cacao powder or chocolate chips, you know, so lots of different ways that we can do this. All right, so we got the next half juiced. And normally I compost, but we're in the season where I have to be mindful of what bugs want to enter, so I'm going to just toss it over the side for a moment. All right, and then one more. Oh, did I just do what I think I did? No. Okay, good. I put it in a separate one. I get distracted if I keep chatting. All right, so we'll do one more here. And I hope you're all having a great day. I had a great day today. I went to what I call the TRX Park and got to hang upside down. It's one of my favorite things to do. As you start eating this way, you'll find that you have a lot of extra energy to do things that maybe you haven't done since you were a kid. I know I personally am getting into doing more of gymnastics and hiking and bouldering and all kinds of fun things like that. I have a TRX I set up in my bedroom. And if you haven't seen, I have other videos on the cute things I've been doing inside, because a lot of people are still stuck in their houses. So things to do, right? You could build your own gym inside and create delicious meals. All right, let's get this last one in. Perfect. And then remember, save this one for the next day. So let's get that one put over to the side. The next thing we're going to do is the garlic. So for the garlic, it's 2 garlic cloves. So here's my trick. I take my garlic, I chop it up, which I already did ahead of time. I take a teaspoon, just a regular ordinary teaspoon, and I just put 2 teaspoons in each one, and that is pretty much the same as 2 garlic cloves. So that is the easy peasy way that I do it, and I just keep the garlic on hand. So whenever I am making something, or we want to toss it in a salad, or make a quick dressing, it's available. All right, so let's go ahead and put the cap back on that. This way I know I'm done with it. Put it off to the side. All right, the next thing is the olive oils. Let's get a little more liquid in there. So I'm using the Bellucci PGI olive oil, and no, I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just showing you what I use. And so let's go over to my recipe book. So it's a 1/2 cup. So now that I've already used my 1/2 cup for the dry stuff, I can go ahead and use the olive oil and just put it in each one. Now, provided nobody has allergies. If you do have someone with allergies, obviously you want to use a separate one. You don't want to use the nut one, or you want to wash it really well beforehand. But in this case, we don't have any problems with cashews, pine nuts, or pumpkin seeds. And each one has a different flavor, each one of these pestos. It's so, so, so awesome. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour that. And I don't know if you've checked out, but I have some amazing seasonal boxes I'm going to be putting on sale this week. And those seasonal boxes have 4 to 5 different essential oils from my Rainbow Herbals line, which I package and bottle and do everything myself. So if you're getting my oils, they're coming directly from me. And I am a Reiki master, so I do infuse them with my vibrations. I also do yoga and meditation and other really awesome things like coaching and consulting. So let's go ahead and pour that. So I'm going to go ahead and show you in just a moment the oils that I have, and then also I'll show you what I'm including in the autumn box. So I decided to go with seasonal boxes rather than specific holiday boxes, but if you look at them, they're kind of just right for that feeling for certain holidays. So for instance, if someone does celebrate Christmas, the winter one has peppermint and rosemary and pine and all those things that make you feel like Christmas. And some really nice chocolates to go with it, and a peppermint soap that is a soap made by my friend from Siphon Draw Apothecary, and she made them for me, and I thought as a bonus I would share one in the box with each person that buys one of these large boxes. And then if people start liking it, then we'll make it a thing to put my oils in her way of formulating soap, and we'll merge together. So it's a little experiment to kind of see what people think and how they like it. I personally love these soaps, so let me show you here, just as a little digression here. We digress, right? All right, so I have lemon, ginger, cinnamon, and then in one of my autumn boxes I have sweet orange also. If you take these three, look how cute they are. See, I got the little rainbow on the side. If you take these three and you just put one drop in the back of your throat when you have a sore throat, it takes away the sore throat right away. Again, you know, I'm not a medical doctor. I can't give you medical advice. I'm not doing anything through the FDA. So please always consult a medical doctor, but this is what I personally do, and I found it to work. So you're welcome to try it yourself. They are food grade, so you can use them a lot of different ways. And then before I get back to my recipe, I'll just quickly show you, I'm also doing the Endorfin Chocolates. I wanted to package my own chocolates. It's just a little too much work for me at this time. So they are using the oils like I do for my personal chocolates. They're organic, they're vegan. I personally eat these, love them. I'll have samples at the fair on November 6th. If you live in Arizona, go to Mustang Park on November 6th from 1 to 5, and I am a vendor there, and I will be selling so many different products like elderberry syrup and so much more. Well, so here's what the soap looks like, and it smells great. You can smell the sweet orange and lemon oil, which I'm also including in the box in here. It lathers up nicely. It lasts a long time. Oh my gosh, it just smells so good. So enough of that. You can check it out on rainbowherbals.com. Let's get back to our recipe. So we were here and we had done all that. Let's go and add let's do the salt and pepper, and then we'll do the basil last. So salt and pepper, normally I would use my nettle salt, but I'm gonna actually put in the nettle separately just so you can see how I do it. This is a recipe in my recipe book, and eventually I'll be selling this on my store also. So that's what the nettle salt looks like. Let's start with the nettle actually. Take a step back here. So I'm just gonna do a teaspoon of nettle in each one of these. So I take my teaspoon, and nothing fancy. I mean, you don't have to measure it out perfectly. As long as you're not baking, you can just pretty much wing it to what you like. And I like doing the nettle because it's really good for hair, and it's really good for nails, and it's just such a nice thing to have, and it's great to sneak it in and the kids won't even notice. Wink, wink. Okay, oh, it's good for bones too. The silica is really good for the bones. So if you're someone that isn't taking in calcium from dairy, that's another way to help strengthen your bones besides exercise. All right, where were we? So salt. So this is my Celtic salt. I like to put things in jars to make it easier. Let me find a nice clean spoon here. There we go. And it's going to be a half a teaspoon of salt, or to whatever you like. So I'm just going to be a little more generous with the salt. I'm going to kind of make it like 3/4. But again, you know, half a teaspoon is plenty too. And then I'm going to do pepper. And so with pepper, another one that's going to be half a teaspoon. So I'm pretty much just going to go like this. Use half of that, and half that. Boom, boom, boom. Bada bing, bada boom, right? All right, what's next? So the basil, right? You can't forget the basil. So I've gotten everything else. Let me just double check. Yep. So now we're going to do the basil. And for the basil, it's going to be 2 cups tightly packed. I'm going to eye it, but you might want to take a measuring cup and just smush it in and go from there. But I can pretty much tell. So here I go, putting that in. And this is a nice recipe that, like, if you are doing other things, you can just start a little bit here, a little bit there. Like, I have 3 kids, and it's hard, it's very difficult to try to do something in one shot. Like, say even doing a video. Most of the time I get interrupted. The kids happen to be out, so that makes it so that I can do a video. But as you might have noticed, my kids do try to make noises and throw things and act out to get attention because they want to get on the camera. This is a stem. Just remove that part there. So I'm just packing it in quite nicely. I love these containers. They're so easy to use. And that. Oh, and you know, I don't want to forget to tell you though that I did get the elderberry syrup and the wild cherry bark syrup in for my store online. And I'll also be selling it in person. I'll also be selling my rainbow cookies, those New York style rainbow cookies. I'll be selling them in person here in Arizona, November 6th, Mustang Park, that's in Chandler. So do definitely come check that out. And they're wheat-free, dairy-free, corn-free, soy-free, egg-free, you know, but they are not taste-free. Everything tastes great, in my opinion, and in some other people's opinions too. All right, let's squish that in. All right, so I think I could put even a little bit more, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more. Let me move this over to the side here. Just get this nice and packed in here. Lots of basil. I just want to make sure I leave enough room to be able to still blend it, but I can squish in quite a bit, and you can see like that's not even like a whole cup. Oh yeah, so what was I saying? So the elderberry and the wild cherry bark syrup, that's a great cough syrup. Again, always consult your medical doctor. I'm not a medical professional, I have to say that legally. But I find that these herbal remedies, for me personally, are wonderful, and what I like about it is that it doesn't have any of the garbage in it. So it's made by Manifest Wellness. She's in Florida. And again, you know, it's not like I can't make these things, but it's nice to support other people. And the products that I have in my store, I just want to also point out, if I am buying them, they are not on Amazon. So these are products that specifically are avoiding these big box places to be sold, and they're going for people that are either having an in-store kind of personal experience, or someone that has an online store that they've created themselves, pretty much like me. So I'm using a Square program for my store. I'll just get a little bit more here. So it looks like I'm gonna have some leftover basil, which will be good to make another dish. No, it looks a little discolored. We'll separate that one. Ah, it smells so good. We don't have smell-o-vision, but here, you can take a look at the basil. Ta-da! There you can see it. So I haven't heard too much from all of you. I'm curious, you know, what kind of videos are you enjoying? Do you like my recipe videos? Are you enjoying seeing my garden? Are you enjoying when I go on shows? Should I go on more shows? I know Dr. Paul Cottrell has asked me to go on his show this week, so stay tuned for that. And, you know, my other favorites, where I like to go on shows. I'm pretty particular. I'll probably expand in the future, but pretty much staying with most of my friends. All right. Just because my time is limited, I have to really be mindful of where I'm going and what I'm doing. Oh, and one more thing before we start blending. I am working on making an even better bar, so if you were interested in Dr. Paul Cottrell's Everything bar and noticed that it is not for sale, Alana went out of business and is no longer selling that product. I hear that she's going to make some new products in the future. I don't know when, but he reached out to me and said, hey Gail, you know how to make so many different things. He knows I already make my own stuff. So he was like asking me, like, can you do this for me? So I am working on it. I just got all the ingredients in except for 2 that I'm waiting for to come from India. So I'm hoping by the end of the month to have a formulation that we can then move forward with. So stay tuned for that. Let's blend this up. So you're just going to pretty much put it on here, Power and Ninja. It's going to be loud, but I just want to show you what it looks like. So we'll start with the cashew butter. Oop, let me see. Uh-oh, did I not touch it correctly? What did I do wrong? Watch it blew out or something. That would be a bummer. Well, that's okay. I can show you the picture if it doesn't blend. But I wonder if my thing just blew out. Oh, you know what? It's let's see if I have to reset it. Reset. It's a GFCI. So let's see if that's the problem. Nah. Okay, I don't know why, but it's not blending. Never had that happen before. Must be my energy. So let's just show you the picture. Wipe my hands off here in my book, and you can see what it's supposed to look like. And I apologize, but I guess I saved your ears from all the trouble of loud noise, right? So here is what the cashew cheese pesto looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? And here is what the pine seed or pinoli pesto looks like, and the pumpkin seed looks pretty much like that except for decorative pumpkin seeds. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, share with like-minded people. Sorry that my Ninja blender just went kaput on me. I don't know if it's the outlet or if it's the Ninja blender or if it's my energy, but please also feel free to leave a comment. I mean, if you have an opinion about something, let me know. I do actually read the comments. Sometimes it takes me a while to respond, but I do actually read them when they come in, and I really appreciate them. And it would be nice if other people respond to other people too, and let's build a community. I always stress growing your own food if you can, just a little bit of something, and sharing with others. And I'll see you in the next video. Are you ready for it? Ciao!